this month, something went down in the sporting world. The Indian women's cricket team lifted their first ever World Cup, and behind all those victory marches, parades, photos, and celebrations, there was a quieter story.
This is a story of mental resilience, handling pressure, especially when millions of people are watching. And this is what we kind of want to dive in today. Before that, this is what the captain Harmanpreet said right after the final.
3, 2, 1.
Hey everyone! On today's episode of The Goblet, we're going to be talking about an extraordinary feat that I'm sure every single one of you have witnessed in this last month. And it's not a topic that we can really categorize into one of our segments that we've already introduced to you guys. I think it's a lot more special than that.
100%.
And today we're going to talk about the Indian Women's World Cup win.
Something that we could not get over 2 years ago, something exactly opposite that happened, where a team choked under pressure after having an amazing
Unbeaten streak.
Unbeaten
we
streak.
know the team we're talking about.
Yes.
They had an unbeaten streak throughout the tournament, performed so well, and in the end, just when it mattered the most, to the Australian Giants, cracked under pressure. If you talk about this win, what is different?
The women's team didn't really have a very, like, smooth ride throughout the tournament. They had a lot of ups and downs. They had to face a lot of
Quite a few
pressure.
setbacks.
I know, setbacks, but it was the opposite of what happened a few years ago.
Just when it mattered.
Yeah,
the
just when
most.
it mattered. They just pulled it off. They crossed the finish line, and
This is so special, honestly.
so many Indians, or just like people around the world, like, they were so happy. It was insane.
As you can see, we're so excited about it.
Yes.
So, just a little disclaimer for this episode. We do have quite a few segments we want to cover in terms, and we're mainly going to be talking about the mental power and the mental grit it took to get over this. So, just so we don't miss out on anything we want to say, we have our little
Laptop.
notes here.
And yeah, let's dive into it. This wasn't just a trophy, this wasn't just a win. This was something that the sporting environment in South Asia needed. This was something that was extremely necessary, important, and I'm so glad it's happening now rather than later. And this is what Smriti Mandana kind of said after the final, where she saw the words champions, India, and it took her some time to process that, let that settle in.
She got it
and
tattooed.
She did? Okay. I don't think I saw that.
She did.
But
It's the kind of thing you want etched into your skin.
100%. Having spoken about this, I do have one question for today. What do you think it means, or it is, to be winning at such a level at this stage, like for the women, or with everything going on, like all the attention on you? What do you think it is?
So, this World Cup win was not just a trophy, definitely the pride of the nation, but I think there's something more than that, which is the recognition of women's sport in general. So, women's sport, especially women's cricket, we hope we can get there to that stage with all other sports in India.
100%.
But women's sport and women's cricket has started gaining quite a bit of attention over the last couple of years, I'd say, especially with the WPL. You have really, really great women's cricketers from international Australia, England. You have so many people coming in to play the WPL, and it's amazing the amount of attention and the viewership and everything that's gone up. What ends up happening though is, with this kind of attention, there's women put in the public eye. So the pressure, media pressure, public scrutiny, especially with the rise of social media today. the fact that almost every single one of these
Yeah.
cricketers is so active on social media, and that's it's not just them, it's celebrities, whoever it is,
Everyone, yeah.
everyone's looked at so closely.
Like every little aspect of their life, like, that's looked at, everyone's looking at it, like people you don't know, strangers, and being under a microscope like that definitely puts a lot of pressure. But how they managed it is also something we're gonna look at today, dive into deeper later.
I think the other thing we want to mention is the kind of pressure they faced is very different than what the men's cricket team
Yep.
faced, because they have in the Indian men's cricket team have owned the cricketing stage
Yes.
for a couple of decades now. For a couple of decades now, they've been on the forefront. They've owned the stage in all formats, Test, ODI, T20, they've owned it. And with the women's team, it's now that they've really put themselves out there. So, considering the fact that they're holding the burden of representing women's sport and getting it to that level, I think the pressure is arguably a lot more than what the men's faced.
I agree with you because sport in general is a male dominated field and
100%.
has been. And for women to be stepping in, stepping up, and actually having representation now, it makes a huge difference.
Once again, I feel the need to clap.
Even though the victory was huge, I don't think we should forget that during the tournament that we had a few losses. And to quote Deepti Sharma, she said that our morals were still very good even after the losses, and they were focused on what they did well rather than things that went wrong, and that's really a very good mindset to have, because I think the turning point was the
England loss. That is definitely
Yeah.
one of the key turning points in the tournament. I think what the captain Harmanpreet said was that after that loss, not a single player went, what's gonna happen now? I think that speaks about the clarity that they had from the beginning,
Yep.
and they came in with the intention that this is what we're here to do.
Yeah.
So that one loss didn't shake them.
I think this shows that the entire team was focused on the process rather than, the outcome, because the more you pressurize yourself, the more you start focusing on the things that you can't control. That's when you kind of stop enjoying the game. You stop enjoying the sport. And
Don't you have a little story for this?
I do. So back when I was swimming, and there were competitions like my nationals where I was competing, I saw parents or like coaches, telling their swimmers or their kids, like, this is what you have to do, like this is how you have to swim, this is, don't breathe, don't do that, swim fast. And I was just there playing around, like just chilling, and my dad goes, like, before I went to like report, my dad just said, go have fun. That
That's
just
so wholesome.
took off so much pressure, because I'm already stressed. I'm like, oh, I'm racing with that person, I'm racing with this person. But when it comes from your dad saying, just go have fun, you forget about everything else.
You know what? Straying away from cricket for just a minute,
Mhm.
for most young athletes, not
Yeah.
just females, for
Mhm.
most young athletes, males and females,
Mhm.
I think parental pressure is one of the biggest things they face
Yes.
that ties into their identity, because you want to make your parents proud.
Yeah, that aspect is there, and then you feel a little bit of guilt. I don't know if this is for everyone, but it's not just that pressure, but there's some amount of guilt, there's some amount of, oh, I am not just doing this for myself, like, someone is investing in me, like I can't mess up. So
I think that's where process over outcome really
Yeah.
comes in. You
True.
focus on really enjoying the sport,
yes.
doing what you're there to do, and in cricket, focus on the next ball.
Yes.
The next ball that you need to play, not the scoreboard, not the outcome, where is this going to take us,
Yeah.
but just the very next ball.
Just giving it your 100% and making sure you don't have any regrets, like, oh, I could have done this differently. Instead, just focus on the Next one, what you can do.
I think
guys.
one of the reels that we did upload about the mental part of sport is visualization, which could have been a very big tool used in this world. Because when you achieve something as big as winning the World Cup, you need to see it.
Yes.
You need to see that vision before you make it happen. It's not something that you wake up and you do.
Yep.
To achieve something on such a high level, a monumental win, you have to see it in your mind first. You have to
You
go,
definitely have.
this is what I'm here to do, this is what I'm going to do, and then you do it.
And I think it doesn't happen overnight.
It doesn't.
It's a build up to it. You see it from when you start the sport. I mean, it might not be at such a big level, but there are like tiny steps to it where you're like, okay, yeah, this is my next little goal.
I want to qualify for district.
Yeah.
I want to play for the state team.
Yep.
I want to be able to represent the B team. I want to play in WPL.
Yes.
And then you get to the A team.
Yep. And that little build up, those little steps that you take, I think really plays a huge role in any sport. for
It
that
all
matter.
begins
Yep.
from seeing in your
See.
mind that this is where I want to be, and in my mind, I'm already there.
Yep.
That's how you do it. In my mind, I've already done this. I've already won. In my mind, I'm there.
Yes.
That's what causes you to really get there.
True.
Now, the big finish.
The final.
I had
Goosebumps.
I had goosebumps watching the finals. You playing in your home ground. People
Yes.
who are counting on you the most, watching you, expectations are through the roof.
Yep. And the chants that make you nervous, the chants that also keep you motivated to give your 100%.
The captain said after the match that self-belief
Mhm.
is something they had from day one of the tournament.
As it should be. I mean, you're competing in the World Cup, like, no space for self-doubt.
This is, I think, what we discussed today
Mm-hmm.
is so much of what went on behind the scenes with
Yes.
India closing out their very first World Cup for the
win.
women. This is amazing, yeah.
And if you noticed, they went in and they made it their entire personality, their identity, how confident they were, irrespective of what happened. They always knew that, they knew what they were doing. So,
For everyone watching on TV back
Mhm.
home, for every young girl aspiring to be a professional sports person,
Yep.
this is an example of it is possible. You can go out there and you can do it.
yeah,
This is what that World Cup really showed.
yes. And you could see that it was not just the skill, it wasn't just
Training.
it was mental resilience, it was clarity, and I mean, everyone's so proud to see them
We're
not
all
break.
so proud. Something in them just did not shake through this
Yes.
tournament.
So yeah, that's for
This is it on the Female Athlete Corner. Sport
Sport
breakdown.
breakdown.
This is the most recent thing that's happened in big thing that we think has happened in our country.
And final thing,
Inside an athlete's mind.
and this is for the Indian women's cricket team.
I've been so excited to film this episode since the
Yes.
win happened, because for someone who's been following cricket from
Mhm.
such a young age, this was so big for me to see.
Yeah.
I'm just so excited, and I think this is going to be a good stepping point for all other women's sports in the country
Yes.
to kind of also take off. It needed to start somewhere, and this is a great start.
Yes. So see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.